Hi, my name is EJ Massa. It's freaking cold here in New England. It was a toasty -4 degrees Fahrenheit on New Year's Day. Perfect weather for smoking meat, and I decided to put my Pit Barrel Cooker Jr. to the test and see how it does in negative temperatures. But to do that, I'm going to have to put my beer jacket... Oh wait, that's not beer. Close enough. For this experiment, I have a 7-pound pork picnic roast, which I'll smoke and make pulled pork. To prepare the meat for the smoker, I'll first cut the skin off with a sharp knife. Just run the knife under the skin until it's all off. And when you're done, you can make a lovely skin mask. Wear it to parties. You'll be a delight to your friends. I also made sure to trim a bit of the excess fat. Today I'm going to try out Pit Barrel Cooker's Beef and Game Rub. This isn't beef, and nor is it game, but the website recommended it for pork butts, so scoop some of that on and rub it all around. Then we'll set that beautiful piece of meat to the side while we light up the smoker. I prepared the charcoal the same way I did in my review, which you can watch here. But I also added a large chunk of oak to spice things up a bit. In addition, I'll be using the grill grate because I'm not sure there's much benefit to actually hanging a hunk of pork like that. One other thing I'll be testing today is the Thermoworks Smoke. It's a professional wireless grill thermometer, and it certainly feels professional, with a very solid construction. You can do the standard stuff with it, like set temp alarms, and it comes with a short probe to measure the pit temperature, and a longer probe for the meat. Hopefully the probes fare better than the ThermoPro ones that failed me on the Christmas special. ThermoPro, Thermoworks, these company names are too similar. I'm confused. This is the wireless unit that you can carry around, and it even has a light button which lights it up. It vibrates when the alarm goes off, and it has a lanyard so you can wear it around like a tool bag, like a tool bag, like a tool bag, like a tool bag. The range of the unit seems pretty good, but I only had to go from inside the house to outside the house, and I wouldn't really need it for much more than that. So I'll be measuring the pit temperature with a short probe and feeding the wire through the rebar holes. The main unit has a powerful magnet, so I stuck it to the handles of the cooker for maximum convenience. After leaving the cooker alone for 15 minutes, I put the temperature probe in the pork and then it's off to the smoker. We'll again feed the probe wire through the rebar holes. It's important to put the rebar back into the holes even though we aren't hanging anything. This is so the pit barrel can do what it's designed to do and maintain its temperature. Close it up and enjoy the sweet juxtaposition of the smoky barrel of fire in the frigid northern landscape. Makes me feel like the king in the north. The king in the north! The king in the north! The king in the north! I noticed that the pit temperature was very high to start off. That's probably normal though. I've never monitored the Pit Barrel Cooker Jr.'s pit before, but I'll just have faith that it's gonna do its thing. It's tempting to fiddle with it, but it's not that kind of cooker. After about an hour and a half or so, I filled a spray bottle with a 50-50 mixture of water and apple cider vinegar and gave the roast a good spray down. Then about 2 hours and 45 minutes into the cook, the internal temperature of the pork reached around 160 degrees Fahrenheit. So I decided to take the meat off the pit, wrap it up in foil, giving it a good spray with the vinegar mixture before covering it in the foil. Look at the crazy steam coming off that thing with the sub-zero temps. I also made sure to put the probe back in before closing the foil. The wrapping should help the pork not lose any heat and speed up the cooking process for us. I also took this opportunity to dump some newly lit charcoal into the cooker because it seemed like the pit temperature was rapidly dropping. I let it coast in the beautiful scenic New England weather for another 2 hours, for a total 5-hour cook time. That turned out to be roughly 3 hours unwrapped and 2 hours wrapped. After it reached 190 degrees internal, I took it off the pit. Normally I'd take it off at 200 degrees internal temperature, but I was cold and hungry. I'm always cold and hungry. After letting it sit for 30 minutes, I unwrapped it, took out the bones, got out 2 forks, and pulled the pork. Yeah, I still haven't gotten these claws so I can pretend to be Wolverine. Because he uses these claws. He bought them from Amazon. No, he doesn't use his adamantium claws, no. No, they're not culinarily useful. Let me give it a taste. Oh yeah. It's got that classic pit barrel charcoal taste, with a little oak, and I gotta hand it to that rub because it gave it a nice little bark. Not bad for a little smoker in the -4 degree weather. To finish everything off, I poured the juice from the foil over the pulled meat, and then I drizzled on some Sweet Baby Ray. I got out a Martin's potato roll, spooned some meat on, added a little embarrassingly store-bought coleslaw, and then you got yourself a mouth-watering pulled pork slider. And hey, the Thermoworks Smoke performed beautifully. Time will tell if the probes hold up, but so far, so good. I'm very impressed with the construction. It feels like a rugged tool fit for barbecue. And the Pit Barrel Cooker Jr. did pretty well in the cold, although I did have to add a small chimney of charcoal around 3 hours in, as the cooker gets pretty fuel hungry at these low temperatures. But you'd probably be perfectly fine for shorter cooks like ribs and chicken, and for longer cooks you just have to add a little more charcoal. No big deal. Whew. In fact, it's getting so cold, I think I'm going to add some charcoal to the cooker and stand around it like a homeless person. Because I'm homeless. Can you send money to my Patreon? Stay warm, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye.